In today's economy, planning for your future is more important than ever. Do you know what estate planning and estate planning administration is and means? I didn't. So we've invited attorney Larry Brock to join us. And Larry, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Larry, I think most people kind of know what estate planning is, but probably don't know more than they do. What exactly is estate planning and why is it important?
Estate planning the importance is you need to decide who's going to receive your assets after you pass away. You can do it in a much better way than the government will do it for you.
So that pretty much applies to everything.
Yeah, that's true. But if you don't plan, this is what everybody's going to have an estate. If you don't plan, the government has a plan for you, and I can guarantee you it's probably not what you want.
And that's tougher for the family too, because then it goes into probate and it's all kinds of hoops and problems. I know I dealt with that when my mom passed away a number of years ago. So estate planning is important. And what's the administration part of that?
Administration, every estate, every time somebody passes away, the assets have to be transferred orderly to the next generation. Right. That's the administration.
Oh, got it. Okay. So give me an example of where estate planning has come in handy or it's been important.
In my personal life, my wife and I, Joyce, we've been married for 26 years. And back in 1986, she came home and she says, "Honey, I got good news. I'm pregnant." And he comes home the next day and he says, "Honey, I've got bad news. I have liver cancer, it's terminal." And about 10 months later, he passed away. But before he passed away, he did an estate plan. And then 2 years later, she and I got married. Because there was an estate plan, there was financial protection for her and their 3 children, and there was an emotional protection for us in our new marriage, because as you start a new marriage, there's some emotional challenges that fit in there. So this plan that they did created a foundation that helped us in our 26 years of marriage.
That makes so much sense. You really do the estate planning it's your legacy. It's for what you're leaving to those who are still around.
Absolutely.
Now, what about an example of the administration part?
Administration, typically you think of administration as a probate, and they sell estate planning, do a revocable trust, and avoid probate. But I saw this was different dramatically. April 13th, 2005, in the early evening, I got a call and my oldest son was killed. He left a wife who was pregnant. And we had to take care of his little estate. Some money in the bank, some money to collect, some bills to be paid. And I discovered and I realized that no matter how big your estate, the $110 billion of George Steinbrenner, or the small estate of my son Ryan, there's 9 phases that have to be followed through. You have to do them all. And as a result, then Renee, his widow, had everything put together for her. Because on the death of someone, it's like you've fallen into a big black lake. And you struggle to get out. And you pull yourself out. And what I do in administration is help people out of that black lake and into a point where they find their new normal. And by the part I'm doing is primarily the financial and the assets and the creditors. And sometimes it's just, you need to know, because there's so much detail and you can't keep up with it. And most attorneys that don't do administration don't understand it. And you're talking not only the probate, when there's no plan or a will, but the administration of a trust. And frankly, if you have no plan and you're at the mercy of the government system, you're better off than having a do-it-yourself plan or an old, delayed, dead plan. So that's what I do. I help people plan and get out of it.
See, and that makes so much sense. So if someone wants to learn more about estate planning for themselves and their families, how do they get a hold of you?
Give us a call. We're in Chino, phone number 909-590-9545. We have a free consultation. We'll talk to you, answer your questions.
Larry, thank you so much. If you missed that, visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com and we'll get you in touch with Larry. Larry, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.